Sound of the rain.
It was raining very heavily that night. When we arrived at the spot, I stopped the car in front of the tunnel and parked temporarily. My friends and I had heard a number of rumors and legends about the area being haunted. They said if you drove your car through the tunnel at night, strange things would happen. We had come to test our courage and see if the rumors were true. There was an eerie and foreboding atmosphere in the air. The place was quite remote and not many cars came down this way. It didn't look the way you would expect a haunted place to look. After a while, I started the car again and slowly advanced into the tunnel. It was the first time I had experienced something like this, and I feel a strange mixture of excitement and fear. My friends were smiling from ear to ear like children on an amusement. We drove very slowly, hoping something would happen, but we reached the end of the tunnel without experiencing anything supernatural. My friends were disappointed. They had been staring out the windows, watching the walls of the tunnel expectantly. "Let's go through again," I said. Everyone agreed and I made a U-turn at the end of the tunnel. Once again, we didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. We drove back and forth a few times before we started to grow bored. The rhythm of the falling rain on the roof of the car was becoming annoying. After about 3 or 4 round trips, one of my friends said,
"Come on guys, let's go home."
I thought he was probably right, after all it was getting boring. But there was something strange about the tone of his voice. Just before we came to the tunnel exit, I stopped the car and looked back. I noticed that my friend who had said, "Let's go home," was shivering as if he was very cold. The others noticed too and stared at him in surprise.
"What's wrong with you?"
they asked.
"Did you see something? Let's just get out of here."
The rain was getting heavier and more intense. The raindrops bouncing off the car bonnet made a harsh sound. I decided to find somewhere nearby where he could calm down. We drove out of the tunnel and turned onto the highway. There was a family restaurant at the side of the road, so I pulled into the parking lot and brought the car to a stop. My friend who had been trembling finally settled down. "Alright," I said. "Now can you tell us what you saw?"
"You didn't hear it?
he asked, giving us a questioning look.
What was it?
Asked my other friend.
Some kind of mysterious sound? A strange voice?"
We had no idea what he was talking about. "I couldn't hear anything above the noise of the rain," I replied.
"Then you heard it."
He said in a loud voice. He sat forward and his eyes grew wide. "Just tell us," we demanded angrily. What were we supposed to hear? After a long silence, he opened his mouth.
"It was the rain,"
he said.
"the sound of the rain."